Hi guys, welcome back to MKF Racing. Today's all about induction kits. So we've recently upgraded the induction kit on the FN2. This here is our Injen kit. The reason it's on the table is this has come off the FN2 in favour of a different kit. But I wanted to just have a quick discussion about the available kits for the FN2. So my particular FN2 has had, well, if we include the stock airbox, has had 4 kits, as it were. It's had the smoothed out airbox on there, which was fine. It did iron out a bit of a flat spot that the stock airbox suffers from. Obviously, there's some fins inside the actual box itself, and we take those out, smooth it all down, and it did smooth out the airflow through there. After that, we had the HKS kit, which was all noise. I mean, it was a lovely noise it made, but it made absolutely no power whatsoever. Next was this one. This is the Injen kit. So this is a well, that's 2.5. That's a 2.5-inch tube. Obviously, MAF sensor, crankcase, and idle air assist. Throttle body connector. That's the stock FN2 throttle body. This piece comes through your wheel arch and into the filter, which this gap here is 2.75 inch that leads into a 5x5 inch Injen filter. Say hello, dog. Hello, dog. So yeah, the Injen kit, not the easiest thing in the world to fit, to be honest with you. I had 2 cracks at it. Number one, because I lost my temper and ripped out the wheel arch liner. It's easy enough to fit, removing the stock airbox and everything else. The hardest bit is trimming the plastic wheel arch to fit this piece through, and obviously this bit. Now there's no fittings at the moment with this. Obviously you've got Jubilee clips and various clamps, etc, etc. But this is just the basic kit as it is. This is actually up for sale, by the way, guys. So if you want a decent kit, Injen, I mean, with the supporting mods that I've got on my car, we made 240 brake horsepower on the Dynodaze dyno. I know that dyno is 100% accurate because I've had to have my power validated on a what they call a Maha dyno for the race series that we want to enter. And there was 0.1 difference between the Dynodaze dyno and the dyno at Mallory Performance, which again is the Maha one, which the 750 club ask you to use. So yeah, I mean, the Injen kit, lovely bit of kit, looks really nice. Obviously this is a bit battered now, it's been well used. Obviously that just there is where the gear linkage can sometimes catch. But yeah, nice red pipes, black hoses, nice big filter, etc, etc. Yeah, like I said, the only reason it's come off the car is because we're upgrading. The car at the moment is running, well, I mean, if I go through the engine mods, start from the head and work backwards. So we are obviously we're running this induction kit. We were going into the standard FN2 throttle body because we had issues with the FD2 throttle body causing some serious rev hangs, which I think we found a way around. A lot of people have said, you know, swap the motors out. So we're going to give that a go on the FD2 throttle body that I've got, but I've also got a J35Y Ridgeline, which is a 78 to 70 mil throttle body. So yeah, say we're running the standard throttle body, we're running the RRC unported Honda inlet manifold. That's going into the head, which has got the FD2 cams in it, which are slightly more aggressive than the FN2 cams. Not a lot in it, but it produces good power. That then, obviously, exhaust side is a Jap Speed 421 decap manifold. And then that feeds into a 3-inch TDI North complete exhaust system. It's had some modification work to make it fit and poke out the back of the bumper, so I don't burn that any further than I already have done. And then it's had a ECU Tech remap. What I see a lot of with the FN2s is the desire to get a brand new ECU, and you try and obviously explain that the ECU is remappable, so for the same price you can have an ECU that's mapped to your car. I'm not quite understanding the logic sometimes, but you know, it's had an ECU tech remap, and it goes very nicely. So I'm going to stop this point of the video here. So this is obviously the Injen kit. Very nice bit of kit, to be honest with you. It's well made. It's, as I said, it's a bit of a bugger to fit. You will skin your knuckles, you will cut your hands, but it does sound very nice at the same time. And then the next part of the video, guys, I will show you the new kit that we have fitted. Okay, so welcome back to the, I suppose, the next part of the video. This is the current engine bay. Please excuse the state of it. Obviously you can see polybrushed engine mounts throughout. This is the Honda RRC, and this is my new hybrid racing induction kit supplied by the guys at Dynodaze. We've had to obviously relocate the battery, which was the original battery tray was down here, held on by 4 M12 nuts. You've got 2 that sit on the chassis leg and then 2 that bolt down by the gearbox. You have to remove that, and obviously then you've got to relocate the battery with the battery tray up here. If you have the stock airbox, under here is a metal mounting which you can you put 2 Allen key bolts through, and then you're using the existing engine mount. I don't know if you can see that down there. Just take that bolt out, put the battery tray on, do it up at the back, and then sink the bolt through there. And it's a very sturdy bit of kit. So again, all supplied by the guys at Dynodaze. So I haven't got a bit of an install video, but I'll walk you through what we had to do. So obviously, first and foremost, Injen kit came off. Now the Injen kit fed from here, came down, and then went under here and fed into the fog light there. Now obviously that's the new hybrid filter, which is, to be honest with you, in a much better position than the Injen kit. The Injen kit was more sort of facing forward at you. This one is pointing downwards, obviously getting a lot more airflow. Again, please excuse the state of the car. It's not really been cleaned since its last track out. So in the kit you get 2 of these adapters. This is the FD2 adapter. You get a larger one so you can run a larger throttle body. You get the MAF centre housing. You get this massive 3-inch, 3.5-inch pipe, and the filter down there as well. And obviously all the various fittings and hoses and everything else that feed into it. Now you'll notice I've only got the one hose here that feeds through up into the crankcase. This is because I've blocked off my idle air assist. So normally you'd have a secondary pipe that comes into here, comes into your idle assist valve here, and then obviously loops through to there. As you can see, it's all been blocked off. For me, I'm running slightly larger injectors that don't accommodate the idle air assist, so I don't need it. So in the kit, obviously you get all the pipe work. You also get a new coolant hose. So the standard coolant hose obviously runs through here, but would run straight through the centre of this. So this hose actually comes off, you can't see it there, off the rad, but takes a dip down under and then comes up and round. Really nice bit of kit, really easy to fit. Well, I say really easy to fit. It's easy when you've got 2 people, including one who's a mechanic that knows what he's doing. If you're doing it by yourself, my advice would be prep and start this end. Prep this pipe, pull your old one off and get this one on as quickly as possible before you lose whatever coolant you've got in the pipe. What else needed to be done? So yeah, I mean it's we've obviously had to take all that off, reassemble all this. What we've had to do to make it fit, because obviously it's designed for the FD2, is we've had to enlarge this hole here. Now this is only sheet metal, it's not structural in any way, shape or form, but normally this would come a bit further down, a bit to here, but it impedes the flow of the pipe. So what we'd had to do is we'd had to cut a little bit out here, so you can see my nice wonderful MRF tyres in there. Anyone looking for any track tyres, MRFs are awesome. But yeah, other than that, it was a pretty straightforward fit. The kit itself sounds absolutely fantastic, especially when you've got your foot flat to the floor. You can really hear the air coming in through the filter, and obviously going through the system. Fit time, to be honest with you, if you were doing it yourself, I'd budget for a good day. just purely trying to work out where everything goes. And if you're starting from scratch, certainly you need to obviously do your bolts, keep them all, etc, etc. If you've already done the majority, like removing, obviously if you've already got an induction kit, you've got this area almost free. The hardest bit for you then will be cutting the hole out there. Again, it's a bit of a track car, so pretty doesn't really need to function too highly. It's just more sort of function. If I come down to the wheel here, you might be able to just see, just see where it's coming through. So obviously you've got the back there. Still got an ABS sensor there which I need to take off, and that's the size of the filter and the sort of the position. So you can see it's going to get maximum filtration at any one point. Quality wise, it's a fantastic bit of kit. Really cannot argue at all. Really like it. And again, I just want to say a big thank you to the guys at Dynodaze, especially Richard, for sacrificing his Saturday before he went on holiday to help me fit this kit. He did sort of have a bit of a giggle when I said, oh, it won't take me too long, but he sort of stepped in and certainly helped out. Certainly with two people it made short work. So I'm going to stop the video there, guys. Like I said, if you want any more details on the hybrid racing induction kit, I'd speak to the guys at Dynodaze. Danny is the obviously the co-owner and parts guy, so he'll be able to give you all the information you need. And yeah, good luck with your projects. Take it easy.